Most new mortgage brokers wonder if six figures is actually realistic. They're going to hear stories, they see screenshots, they assume it's either really, really common or it's actually impossible. But the truth is, it actually sits somewhere in the middle of both of those. You see, you can make six figures as a mortgage broker, but not in the way that most people imagine, and not in the timeline, more importantly, that they expect. So let's get clear about what we're going to be covering in this video. You see, we're going to look at what six figures actually looks like in mortgage broking. We're going to talk about how brokers realistically reach that level in the UK and what usually stops people getting there in the first place. So what does six figures actually mean in mortgage brokering? So six figures means 100,000 plus gross income per year. So that's not turnover, that's not commission before splits, not revenue with costs ignored, okay? For most mortgage brokers, this is personal income after splits but before tax. So to reach that level, a typical broker needs to earn around £8,500 to £9,000 per month consistently. They need a steady pipeline, not one-off spikes, and enough completions overlapping each month for it to actually work. Now, this is achievable, but it's not automatic. So then how do brokers actually reach six figures? Well, in the UK, most brokers who hit six figures do so through volume, value, or both, okay? Common routes include writing 3 to 5 completions per week at standard proc fees, also charging broker fees consistently, advising on protection alongside mortgages, and running a repeatable process that reduces the rework and the workload. Now, as a rough guide, a broker earning, say, £500 to £600 per completion for a proc fee, they're going to need about 170 to 200 completions per year. So you see, a broker earning, say, £1,000 plus per case, they're going to need closer to 100. So the lever isn't effort, it's income per case and consistency. So then how long does it usually take to get there? Well, for most new mortgage brokers, six figures is not a year one outcome. Not at all, okay? A more typical timeline is going to look something like this. In year one, you're going to be learning. You're going to mostly have low income, inconsistent months as well. Year two is going to be 40 to 70K with improving confidence. And then year three is where you can hit that 80 to 120 once those systems overlap. Now, some reach it faster. Many, though, take a lot longer. But what matters is that income compounds once pipelines, referrals, and confidence, they all start to align together. So why don't most mortgage brokers actually reach six figures? Well, most don't fail because they lack ability. They stall because income stays too dependent on one lead source. Case numbers grow, but income per case doesn't. That's very common. Protection and fees are avoided due to confidence issues, and the business stays reactive instead of structured. You see, busy brokers often earn less than they actually expected in the beginning. But efficient brokers, they often usually earn a lot more. So then what actually makes six figures sustainable? See, the brokers who sustain six figures, they usually have the following things. They have a predictable lead flow, clear case selection, strong control over diaries and pipelines, and confidence in value conversions. They don't chase absolutely everything, okay? They design the business to support the income. That's the most important bit. So then what is the right way to think about six figures? Well, six figures isn't a milestone you just sprint to as a mortgage advisor. It is a byproduct of structure. New mortgage brokers who often focus only on income, they burn out way before they ever reach that goal. But those who focus on processes, on confidence, on consistency, they're usually going to arrive without actually chasing it. It'll just happen overnight. And that is what makes six figures achievable and, more importantly, repeatable. But the big question you probably got to ask yourself is, do you go employed or self-employed? And what does that actually look like from a financial perspective? Well, I break that down in detail on this video on screen. Give it a click.